Hey sis, long time no see. How many years has it been since you left home now?
Oh, I think I'm about to Oh, hi, Dana.
What's the attitude about all that? Still think you're hot stuff, do you? I'll be telling mom and dad about this.
The old run and tell your parents despite being a grown-ass woman trick. How I haven't missed you.
Oh, what's that? Are you scared? You know you'd be in heaps of trouble if I told mom and dad you were being horrible to me.
You act like you just revealed the mother of all trump cards, but you do realize I left home nearly 10 years ago now, right? Your threats have no power over me.
Huh?
Sure. Back then, I was a naive little kid with no life experience, and I was genuinely struggling with living on my own. The only reason your threats worked with me back then was because I was terrified by the prospect of having to make it completely on my own after Mom and Dad kicked me out. But, luckily, I found a job the week before, which gave me a means of supporting myself. So I vowed to make it on my own without having to rely on my family in the slightest. 10 years down the line, I'm financially independent and happier than I've ever been. You do well to remember I'm not the same vulnerable little girl as I was 10 years ago.
Wow, you're so impressive, Rachel. Would you like a medal? Wait a second. When you say you're financially independent, no way! I'm actually surprised.
Why?
Isn't it obvious? How could a stay-at-home housewife be financially independent? That's not how it works.
Huh? Since when was I a stay-at-home housewife?
It's actually hilarious that you're claiming to be independent when you rely totally on your husband's salary to live. You literally wouldn't have food on the table if not for him. Start making sense, woman. You're cracking me up too much here.
Dana, what are you saying? Are you sure you're not making some kind of misunderstanding?
Huh?
You think I'm a stay-at-home housewife? Husband? Married? Wait, what? You think I'm married?
Well, you aren't?
No, I'm very much not. I can forgive you for misunderstanding since we haven't seen each other in over 10 years, but I'm single.
Whatever, you don't have to try and show off, sis. It really is pathetic how transparent you are. You're wasting your time. Because I have incontrovertible proof that you're indeed married.
Huh? Proof?
I'm a little late coming out with this, because you distracted me. But now, on to the season, I messaged you in the first place, without further ado.
Damn, you mean you're not done yet? Lord, give me strength. I want to sleep soon, so make it quick, okay?
Then listen and listen good. Now you might want to sit down for this, but you see how it is? I'm pregnant with your husband's baby.
Huh, you're pregnant? With whose kid?
Your husband's, like I said.
But I just told you I'm single, so how is that possible? How can you be pregnant with my husband's kid if he doesn't exist? You're making some kind of mistake here, or maybe you're on drugs?
Drugs? How dare you? I most definitely am not. I'm pregnant, so the proof is right here in my belly.
Maybe you are pregnant, but that doesn't answer my question. Let me ask you once more, how is it possible that you're pregnant with my husband's kid when my husband doesn't exist? I'm single. S-I-N-G-L-E.
And like I told you, your husband's baby is in my belly. B-E-L-L-Y. Do you understand yet? Ugh, you're so dense.
I'm asking you because I don't understand. At the current point in time, I am husbandless. That means he doesn't exist. Which means I'm single, and that you, my darling, are crazy if you don't give up on whatever this is. I am S-I-N-G-L-E. Even if you are pregnant, which I don't doubt, your nickname did used to be the Village Bike after all, it's not my husband's.
Ugh, good grief. You just do not know when to give up, do you? I understand your heart must be full of negative emotions like frustration, rage, and jealousy right now to see your more beautiful little sister doing so well in life. But you need to be careful not to upset me. I have a little one to think about now, and stress is bad for the baby.
Believe me, there isn't an ounce of frustration, rage, or jealousy towards my imaginary husband's kid in my whole body. I'm just annoyed because I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall. Okay, let's hear it. what's my husband's name?
You actually want me to say it? What a masochist. I guess I'll say it if you really want me to. Your husband's name is Toby.
Toby?
Why would you want to hear me say his name, though? Isn't this painful for you? This isn't healthy, sis. So why don't you just stop before you get hurt again?
I'm not hurt, just indescribably confused. Who's Toby?
Huh?
If I recognized the name, I thought I might be able to ask my friends if they knew anything. But I've literally never met anyone called Toby in my entire life.
Huh?
I have no idea what kind of mammoth misunderstanding you're in the grips of here, but I strongly recommend you reinvestigate the identity of the father of your child. Goodbye.
Well, would you look at that? Turns out it was your husband after all. Why did you lie?
Excuse me?
It was Toby. I knew it.
How many times do I have to tell you I don't have a husband?
I hung around outside his house for a little while today because what you said had me so confused, and lo and behold, you come walking out.
Huh?
Which got me thinking, why would you be so desperate to deny it? To the point of telling barefaced lies and claiming you were single, and it finally dawned on me, I think I get it now. Because you can't bring yourself to move out of this huge luxury 5-bedroom house after working so hard to move in there with him.
Huh? Luxury 5-bedroom house? I didn't think it was possible, but I'm even more lost than before.
I hate to break this to you, Rachel, but I'm pregnant with your man's baby, which means I'm gonna be moving in so we can live together as a family, which means I'm so sorry, but you've gotta go. So if you don't mind, I need you to accept your fate, accept that your more beautiful sister won, and get out of my house.
But...
The jig is up. You can't bend and distort the truth anymore, because I outsmarted you. I bet you didn't expect me to wait outside his house, did you? I'm a genius. Boom! Divorce him, pack your things, and leave.
For the millionth time, I'm single.
Seriously, are you still playing this game? Even though my clever investigate efforts expose the truth to the light of the day? You know it's a waste of time, Rachel. Why are you doing this? You, seriously, do not know when to give up.
Well, I think you're right when you say the truth has been exposed to the light of day.
And so you admit it then?
I admit nothing.
Huh?
Hey, can you do me a favor? Would you mind putting your lunatic crusade against me on hold for a little while? I need to check something.
Huh? Check something? What is it?
Dana, I finally know who this Toby guy you're convinced is my husband is.
Huh?
I had a sneaking suspicion this might be the case, so I did a few checks. Can you just confirm something for me? That house that you think you saw me coming out of? Was it the one recently got built on Apple Lane behind the highway?
Aha, that's right. So you knew exactly what I was talking about all along. Why even bother playing dumb? I get that when you preserve what little of your pride and dignity you have left, but this really would have been easier for everyone if you just admitted it straight away. How tragic! I could already be living my dream life of luxury and glamour as Toby's stay-at-home housewife, barefoot and pregnant in his kitchen, if not for your stubbornness.
It's true, I did have a vague idea of what you might be talking about. But I have a duty of confidentiality that limits what I'm able to discuss due to my job. I am, however, willing to have this discussion within the range of what I just got permission from the boss on. Now, the key point here is that the married couple living in that house have both long been retired.
Huh? Then Toby must be their son.
Wrong. Their only son lives abroad and hasn't been home in a year.
What?
The only reason I go there a couple times a week is for my job as a visiting carer.
Huh? Your job?
That's right. I work for a company that provides care services to the elderly.
Wait a second. This can't be. If what you say is true, then who the hell's kid am I carrying?
Apparently, this Toby you keep mentioning is their personal driver. who also happens to be living on their sofa after falling on hard times.
Their driver?
I've never really spoken to him beyond the basic pleasantries, so I didn't realize who you meant until I stopped and thought about it for a while. Every time you meet him, he has you climb through a window, right? Did you never think that was strange?
No, he told me all the doors were broken. Plus, I thought it would be better that way, since we could get in trouble if you found out what we were doing. I didn't mind climbing through a window if it meant we could be together.
The obvious explanation to anyone with a brain being that he was sneaking you into somewhere you weren't supposed to be, because it wasn't his house.
Seriously? Rachel, what do I do? What do I do? Toby's real wife just sent me a horrible letter demanding compensation.
Huh? Ah, I see. What was it again? He had to move out for a while because their house got flooded, right? There was no more room at her parents' place, so Toby moved in with the Jeffersons. Which is when you got your claws into him and you had your affair.
I had no idea he had a wife.
That's interesting. I got a different impression back when you were bragging about being pregnant with my husband's baby. Not only that, but they had kids, didn't they? Damn it, Dana, what have you done?
If he's not your husband, I don't want him.
Huh?
I only sold him because I thought he was your husband. He's useless to me now. I thought it was so unfair that you got to live in that huge house with him. There was no way I was gonna let you carry on getting away with it. But if he's not your husband, I'm not interested. He's welcome to his wife. I don't care.
Dana, I think it might be a little late for that.
Huh?
I spoke to Mr. Jefferson, the actual owner of the house, who's finally aware of everything that's been going on under his roof now. You announced the pregnancy to Toby at the same time you handed over a signed set of engagement papers and declared your undying love for him, right? This all happened the day after his divorce with his ex-wife was finalized. Of course, because why waste time? Anyways, Mr. Jefferson said he was so ecstatic, he took the marriage papers down to the local office straight away with a smile on his face and a spring in his step.
No way!
Mr. Jefferson also fired Toby as their personal driver as soon as he found out what he'd been doing.
Fired? Why?
Because he betrayed their kindness by sneaking his mistress in through their window to have a sordid affair in the room they invited him to stay in because they felt sorry for him. Mr. Jefferson might be kind, but he doesn't tolerate disrespect. And to be honest, Toby is lucky. He's also ex-military, and his wife tells me he was known to get violent with people back in the day. Oh, and by the way, obviously it wasn't my fault, but the company understood that continuing to work there could be difficult for me, knowing that one half of the disgraced couple was my little sister. So after lengthy talks between me, my boss, and the Jeffersons, out of consideration for me, it was decided that I wouldn't be their designated carer anymore and would go somewhere else.
Oh my!
The result being that I'm now responsible for looking after one of Mr. Jefferson's old friends, who, funnily enough, just so happened to be considering hiring a carer. The company are happy because they gained a handsomely paying new customer, and I get to carry on with my job as a visiting carer in the same capacity as before, with a little change of scenery.
This can't be happening. Are you telling me that despite the fact I'm pregnant with some unemployed homeless guy's kid and we're even about to get married, you benefited in some way? I don't understand how you have, but that's what it sounds like, and it's not fair. Not fair!
Are you serious? You don't have a leg to stand on here. None of this would be happening if you hadn't stolen my imaginary husband. Mistaking Toby for the owner of the house, mistaking me for Toby's wife. It could have all been prevented if you'd just done your research properly before charging in with your legs wide open, or at the very least, asking me first. I would have just told you, you know?
But if I'd asked you, there was a chance you might figure out my plan to steal your husband.
That's why your life's at rock bottom, and that's why there's no light at the end of this tunnel. Are you at least self-aware enough to understand you dug your own grave?
No, I can still fix this. I know. I'll give Toby to you.
Huh? You couldn't possibly mean. You want me and Toby to get married and raise the kid currently growing inside your belly together? You couldn't possibly mean that, could you?
That's right. Phew! I'm so glad you understand. Thank you, sis. I was starting to worry there. Okay, well now, you just have to charm him. You can do that, right?
That's definitely not going to happen.
What? Why not? You have a right to protect me. I'm your little sister. That's what sisters do. You should be looking out for me. The only reason you exist in the first place is to help me when I'm in trouble. What's the point in you being around otherwise?
I got married 3 days ago.
Huh?
Me and my boyfriend, a colleague from work who I've been dating for 5 years, went 3 days ago to hand in the marriage registration papers together.
What the hell? You had a boyfriend the whole time?
Yep.
But that means you lied. You said you were single. What am I supposed to do now about my marriage to Toby?
You're the one who married him in the first place, so you could, I don't know, get out of your own mess? None of this has anything to do with me.
But don't you feel bad for me? This is awful. I'm a victim here.
In a sense, you are a victim of yourself. If you want a divorce, then tell him you want a divorce. It's really that simple. The kid you're pregnant with, too? Decide what you're gonna do between yourselves. It's time you stop trying to run away from the consequences of your action and faced reality, Dana.
Why won't you help me?
Do I really have to spell it out?
How am I supposed to know if you don't tell me?
Okay, have it your way. Because it's not my problem. It's your mess, and it's up to you to get out of it.
Huh?
Stop trying to pin the blame for your crazy, selfish behavior on other people, and stop trying to escape responsibility for once in your life. Wipe your own ass.
Oh my god.
Goodbye.
No, wait! Don't go! Please, Rachel, I'm begging you!
You might be wondering what our parents were doing while all this was going on. Apparently, my sister had told them that she'd stolen my rich husband. I don't know what came over them, but they were so excited that they spent a huge chunk of their pension on a celebratory party, thinking Dana would be able to cover it with her new husband's money before long. They started seriously panicking when they realized she'd made a huge misunderstanding the whole time and would never see that money again. By the time Dana and Toby went to take refuge at their place, they were already gone. Why? Because by then, they were knocking on the door of Toby's parents' house. Toby's parents were overjoyed by the news that they'd be getting a grandson, but they were disgusted with their son for having an affair and vowed to instill some morals in him by any means necessary. Last I heard, his dad had him up at 5 a.m. every morning to undergo a rigorous moral education. Apparently, he also works 3 separate jobs now because he's so overwhelmed with debt due to all the compensation he owes his ex-wife. And after being abandoned by all his friends, has no one to turn to. After sending me one last demoralized message, my disgraced younger sister completely vanished, and I never heard from her again. It never should have come to this. My life was meant for the better.
Hey, Anna! Your business trip is until the day after tomorrow, right?
Yup.
Can I enter your room with the spare key tomorrow?
What? Why?
I think I forgot something there the last time I visited. I thought I should ask you for my permission, even if you are my fiancé. Can I go in and find out?
Can't you wait until I get home? I see.
I want to use it tomorrow. As a point of conversation, you know?
I see. Then I guess it can't be helped. I understand, but don't touch the drawer with my dresses, alright?
Okay, the one with the dresses your late mother gave you, right? Well, I've never touched that drawer, so there's no way what I'm looking for is there.
I guess so.
Sorry, I have to do this while you're away. I'll take care not to make a mess.
Okay, thanks. Nick? There's something I want to ask you.
What is it?
Sorry if it sounds like I'm doubting you, but Do you know anything about what happened to the drawer with my dresses?
Why?
One of the dresses is gone.
What?
It disappeared at the same time the lock broke.
Maybe you're just imagining things. There are a lot, right? And you don't even wear them often.
I take them out every once in a while for maintenance, so I know the pattern of every dress, and I'd notice immediately if one of them disappeared.
Oh, really?
Do you know anything?
Well, not really. I never touched that drawer.
I see. Then I better call the police since it might be a burglary.
The police?
I'm going to check the video on the intercom system later as well.
Video?
Yep. It's a new model that starts recording whenever it detects someone unusual.
Isn't that going too far?
You've got plenty of dresses, right? Losing one should be fine.
That dress is irreplaceable. It was given to me by my mother, which is why I checked the intercom system as soon as I noticed it was gone.
What?
Give me my mother's dress back!
Well,
Now! Shit. Fine. I'll tell you what you want to know. I'm the one who took the dress. Lauren's the one who has it.
what? Who's Lauren?
My ex-girlfriend. I lent her the dress.
Why?
She said she needed a dress, so...
That's not what I meant. Why are you still in contact with your ex-girlfriend? And why would you just give her my dress? She should buy her own if she needs one that badly. Besides, you knew those were my mother's dresses. They're one of my only things I have left of her. You should know that they're important to me.
Well, she'll probably give it back sooner or later.
I'm telling you to give it back right now. Call this Lauren immediately.
Just give up already.
What? Are you telling me to just give up the dress?
I mean, she's probably cut the dress by now.
She what?
Do you know that dresses like that look better if you're shorter? Lauren's 152 centimeters tall, so she had to cut it so it would fit her.
Huh? She'll ruin the dress if she cuts it.
Lauren's good with her hands, so she should be able to do it. You're 170 centimeters tall, right? You won't be able to wear it anymore, so just give it to her. It's not gonna fit even if she gives it back.
That's not the problem. I'm telling you that's my mother's dress. I'm not even that tall. She's only 2 centimeters shorter than me. So there's no reason for her to cut the dress.
What?
Cutting someone else's dress is wrong in the first place. Just what are you thinking?
Well, if that's the case, Lauren can have the dress, right?
Huh? Are you being serious?
But it can't be helped, right? She's already cut it.
Fine, then pay me $1,500,000.
What? $105,000? What joke is this? It doesn't matter how mad you are, that amount is just... What?
My mother's dresses mostly cost around $700 to $2,000. But the dress you stole was made by a famous fashion designer, so it's way more expensive than the others. Taking any of the dresses would have been bad enough. But to think you took the one that cost $105,000.
What? This is a joke, right? You just try to scare me, right? Oh, I get it. This is one of those pranks.
I wish it was a joke. I've told you this over and over, but that dress was given to me by my mother. There's no way I would be able to joke about it.
So that means that...
Just contact Miss Lauren for me, will you? I'm not just going to ignore this.
Long time no see, Anna. Is now a good time?
What? Is this Maria? We haven't talked since the high school reunion, right? What's wrong?
You see, my sister has one of the dresses your mother gave you.
What?
You know, when your mother showed me her collection when I told her I was interested in making dresses? My sister has the one she said was made by a famous fashion designer right now.
Are you sure?
I compared it with the picture I took that time, so I'm pretty sure. My sister says an acquaintance of hers gave it to her, but this dress is a remembrance from your mother, right? I thought there was no way you'd just give it to someone.
Is your sister named Lauren?
Yeah. You've met my sister before?
No. I'll explain it to you later. But for now, can you tell me in what state the dress is in?
It looks fine on me.
What about the skirt length? Does it look like it was cut or anything?
What? The skirt length? I'll check right now. Hold on. I'm back. I spread the dress out and looked at it carefully, but it seems fine.
Really?
I asked my sister as well, and she says she hasn't made any modifications.
Thank God.
My sister says a strange customer forced her to take it.
What? A customer?
You see, my sister works as a prostitute under the alias Silva. One of the customers saw her driver's license and found out her real name. Apparently, this customer suddenly gave her a dress out of nowhere. My sister got scared and told me about it when she took it home and examined it, since it looked really expensive.
And that's when you noticed it was my mother's dress?
Yep. My sister says she wants to give it back as soon as she finds out who the owner is. It's fine if she returns it to you, right? You should probably come over and take a look at it, just in case.
Of course, I'll go there right now.
That's probably a good idea.
There's something I want to ask your sister as well.
Hey, Anna! What do you mean the wedding's canceled? And what's this about alimony? What are you thinking?
I'm the one who should be asking that question.
Huh?
I met with Lauren.
What? Why?
It was a coincidence, but it seems that Lauren was my friend's sister. You'll understand why I'm canceling the marriage and suing you if I tell you that I heard everything from her, right?
Well,
Lauren isn't even your ex-girlfriend. She's just a prostitute you paid for. And apparently you're asking her to go out with you, even though we're engaged?
no, that's not I was just trying to please her, you know?
By sacrificing my mother's dress.
What do you mean sacrificing? You're being too dramatic.
Besides, it's not even the kind of dress she wanted.
What are you talking about?
She wanted a dress to wear at ceremonies, not a dress for parties.
What? Really? I thought all dresses were the same.
Which is why you were able to just take my mother's dress that cost $105,000.
Well, I don't have $105,000.
Thankfully, the dress was intact.
What?
Lauren has some knowledge about dresses thanks to her sister, who's a designer. Which is why she noticed that the dress you gave her was expensive, and not the type she wanted.
What, so the dress was fine? Then, isn't there no need to cancel the marriage? You were just threatening me.
What are you talking about? Of course I'm canceling the marriage.
What? Why?
For touching the drawer I specifically told you not to touch. And for approaching another woman while you're engaged to me. I think there's plenty of reason for me to cancel the marriage, no? That's not it.
You borrowed $20,000 from my grandmother as money for the wedding, right?
Huh? This was around the same time you gave Lauren some expensive wine for her birthday, right? This can't be a coincidence.
No, did I really borrow that much?
Stop trying to bluff. My grandmother does have Alzheimer's, but her condition is not that serious, and there's a video of you asking for money.
What, a video?
I set up a camera so I can check on her. You were recorded clearly on camera, and there's even audio. You won't be able to get off of this.
Really? Damn.
That being said, the marriage is canceled.
Hold on! The wedding's only a month away! You kid!
Take care of the cancellation fees, okay?
Huh?
You'll probably have to pay 50% if it's only a month away. About $12,000, right?
I said wait! I don't have any more money! I use it at the brothel!
Do you want me to call the police and report your theft? The police? Well then, a lawyer will take care of things from now. I'm going to block you now. Apparently, Nick came to my apartment the next day. But I had already canceled the contract and went to my parents' house. He didn't know and tried to get in with a spare key, but couldn't, so he kept pounding on the door, it seems. He was reported by the neighbors and was arrested. The company he works at found out about this, and soon everyone also found out about why the wedding was canceled. Nick couldn't bear everyone judging him, so he quit. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to sue him. Apparently his parents are going to pay for it for now, but we'll get the money from him later. He now works several part-time jobs and works day to night with no time to rest.